Okay, I think I've had a chance to meet everybody by now, but if I haven't, my name is Kurt Geisinger. I'm the training director for the IEC, and I'm also going to serve as the online instructor this year as well. So I just want to give you guys kind of a brief overview of how to use the learning management system here, the LMS. So obviously if you're watching this video, you found this link here already. But we'll start then at the top. There is a news forum. If there's any announcements I have to make, that's where these will go. You guys will get an alert, an email alert if I do make an announcement. But you can click here or click here to go and view that announcement. I'm also going to use this space. I'm going to have a class calendar for your particular school up there. I don't have it now because everybody's class will be a little different. But jumping down to the content here, you can see every lesson has its own little section. We can click and expand the section. So my goal here is that every lesson you're going to have sort of an intro video. This is just a link to a YouTube video. It's me going through the chapter, indicating what I think are the key points or the important things to note there. And then moving down from that, I do have a section here where you guys can submit a question. If you have a specific question, in this case about Lesson 101, this is where I want to see you do that. So if we go ahead and click that, we can add a new discussion topic. You're going to have to just give it a subject and then the actual question. But then I will have the ability to respond to that, and your classmates will as well. And I do encourage you guys, if you see a question and you think you have some insight on that, go ahead and answer it. I think that's the best way to handle these things, is to spark a little discussion. But anytime you want to go back to the main page of your class, you can do that by clicking this button over here on the left. So we'll go ahead and do that. So moving down the list, you do see several worksheets here. These worksheets actually correspond to the worksheets in your student manual. So basically you're going to be responsible for, you're going to have to watch that video of course, but you're going to have to submit these worksheets as well. And now I have given you 2 attempts on all the worksheets. I want this to kind of be the practice round. You guys are sort of learning the content. So you do have 2 attempts. It'll keep your highest grade of the 2 as your actual grade. We'll just run through a worksheet here. So I've actually done this previously. You guys may or may not see this, and hopefully you guys can perform a little better than this, but we'll see here. We'll re-attempt the quiz. If it was your first attempt, it would simply say attempt the quiz. So we'll just click a few answers here, and of course you'll spend a little more time and effort than this, but once you have everything answered, this quiz only, or this assignment only has 4 questions. You're going to see some that are only 4 and 5 questions, some that are 20 or 30. Nonetheless, we're going to finish our attempt. It's going to have us confirm that, yes, we've saved an answer for all the questions, so we'll submit and finish. Once again, confirm that, yes. And it'll tell us right away, how'd we do? Well, we did a little better, but not too much better, right? So we've missed 1 and 2, but we did get 3 and 4 right. Now this is not going to show you what the right answer is yet. Once this assignment closes, you can come back here and check what the right answer is. So every assignment does have a due date, which again I'll mention, and it will be in that class calendar that you guys can see. But once the assignment closes, you can then see what your what the actual right answer should have been. So again, we'll jump back to our main page there. So moving down, we get through all the worksheets. Then we do have a discussion question as well. What that's going to be is just something topical about the chapter. I'm going to pose a question. I'm going to expect you guys to answer that. It is required. Now this is a completion grade, so if I feel you've put enough effort in, and I want this to be kind of an easy, fun part, but as long as you've answered the question, you've got the mark for that completion grade. So you'll see my question here, and it's going to be something different for every chapter. You're just going to go ahead and hit the reply button. You can type your reply, and quite honestly, it's about as simple as that. Post the forum, right? So you're going to see one of those for every lesson. And then lastly, we have a competency quiz. So this is going to be formatted just like the worksheets. The difference is, this is one that I make up. It's me grabbing what I think are the key points of the chapter. It's going to be a short quiz, but just to make sure you're getting everything you need to. Now the big difference here is you only have 1 shot at this. This is more like the game day exam. Again, it's going to be short. I want that to be quick, but those are the key points you want to make sure that you're really understanding and grasping there. But again, I'm working ahead about 3 lessons from you guys. I'm trying not to get too far ahead so we can kind of we can kind of pivot and change if the tone of the class or the course changes. But you can see it's kind of the same setup for every lesson. It's a varying number of assignments and things like that. And then the only other thing worth mentioning here is we do have midterms and finals, which will come about throughout the content, which of course we haven't created those yet, so it's an empty section right now. But again, you do have one for final as well. And we will have we're split into a fall semester and a spring semester, so we'll kind of do everything again in the spring semester after we take our fall final, which here you see your first semester final, and we jump on to 119. So anyway, that's a very brief intro here to the LMS, but again, I think that's going to give you guys a good idea of sort of how to get around. I do want to mention you do have sort of this upcoming events section over here. That's going to tell you what assignments are due and when, so in order of the most recent here. And then recent activity is going to show you guys honestly what did I change. You can see I've added some quizzes, I've added some discussion questions. You guys will be able to sort of see that as well. Not that you really need to keep an eye on that, but if you're curious, there it is. So anyway, that's kind of the rundown there, and just want to wish everybody luck, and I'm really looking forward to starting the new year here, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Good luck, everybody.